WCB Podcast, your source for all things Chicago Blackhawks and everything hockey. With your host, Jarom and Tanner. Let's do it. Jarom and Tanner.
All right, it's another edition of the WCB Podcast. It's Jarom and Tanner. What's up, bud?
Nothing much, man. Just watching something kind of like hockey. Watching the Hawks get scored on a lot lately, actually.
Oh, I was going to say, I mean, you can't be talking about Blackhawks hockey because that's been just non-existent.
It's been hockey.
So we talking about like going into this year, we're fine with losing games, but keep it competitive. Well, this team is just pretty much just giving us the finger and saying, we're not even trying. And
I mean, they are trying.
I don't think they are. I really don't think they are.
I feel like they are. It's not like they're not getting shots or anything. They just cannot score.
I can't believe that a team is this bad.
I can. This is what it was supposed to be.
I know, but still not good. Yeah, real quick, a stat like in context of like what we're dealing with. The Hawks' first 15 games this season, 6-6-3. Hawks' last 15 games, 13-1.
Let's go.
And that one win was stupid. That should have never have happened. The Rangers should have kicked their ass.
Well, the Rangers were eating a lot of shit at that point, and that's when ever since then they haven't lost a fucking game.
They woke up the beast.
Yeah, which is perfect because I mean, if they want somebody to help them out and they want like a Patrick Kane,
I'll say now you're welcome, Rangers, for getting your season back in order. Now give us 2 first rounders so we can give you Kane and you guys can finish the job.
Yeah, there you go. That's fine. It's fine with me.
That game happened a little bit later in the week. The Hawks played 3 times between us, our last episode, and there's a theme between all these games, and we'll see if you catch on pretty quickly. First, they played on Thursday against the Vegas Golden Knights. They lost that one 4-1.
Yeah.
Then on Friday, they were up in Minnesota playing the Minnesota Wild, and they lost 4-1.
Yep.
That game I actually got to watch a little bit of. And what I watched of it, besides Hextall calling the game and just making it goddamn awful, even worse, making shitty hockey, listen to her call the game, is just a goddamn nightmare. But the few times I watched that game, it was the first time, like, I know this team's bad, but it was my glass shatter moment. Like, oh no, this team is really bad. Like, they had a power play and they gave up 3 odd-man rushes on that power play. And
hell yeah, baby.
One was almost a goal that just took a weird bounce, and Seth Jones was just able to get his stick in to scoop it out.
Well, this game could have easily been like 8-1.
Oh my
Mrazek
God.
made a lot of like massive saves. It was pretty
He
crazy.
made a lot of massive saves, and he let in a lot of stupid goals.
Hey, man, not everything can look amazing, so I feel bad. But hey, we're losing. It's good.
Fast forward to Sunday, and the New York Rangers were in town. And you know what? This is supposed to be a happy day. Patrick Kane, Jonathan Toews were playing their 1,000th career game together. You know, the era of Toews and Kane has brought us so many good memories. It was like over 530 wins. I think there's like 300 combined points to each other, like assisting on their goals or some of the stats on that. Coach Richardson did the right thing, and he had Kane and Toews start the game together. Everything was building up for, a feel-good story. Let's get this losing streak over, have the Hawks win, and get things, have a good moment there. They end up losing 7-1.
Hey, feel a good moment.
My favorite moment from that game, though, had to be when Trouba scored.
Yeah.
And he asked Athanasiou if he wanted the puck.
After Athanasiou talked some shit about him being an $8 million player without any points.
And he
got to do something. And fucking on the board that game.
Since that happened, The Rangers have won 7 in a row.
Yep.
And Trouba has 2 goals.
Yeah. Struck a chord. That Athanasiu guy.
So Rangers, you owe us a lot. So if you want to throw in a couple extra picks on top of those 2 first rounders, we'll take it.
Yeah. Conditionals, that's fine. You can have this pick now, you can have this pick later, it doesn't matter. As long as it's in this draft, that's fine. I thought it was kind of funny though, like after the Ovechkin hat trick, they gave up a hat trick to Zuccarello in the Minnesota game. I was like, okay, I guess we're just gonna give up hat tricks every other game now.
Everything was marked for Panarin to get a hat trick that game too. I like we were
Panarin?
No, we were joking like, oh, here comes a Panarin. Like there was somebody who came close.
Somebody had 2, didn't they? Or is it not?
This is Zibanejad?
No, Zibanejad didn't even score.
Oh no,
They had 7 goals from 7 different players.
Wow.
Hedl, Panarin, Kakko, Trouba, Trocheck, Kravtsov, and Brodzinski. And that's really surprising that Zibanejad was not on the score sheet there.
I mean, he had 2 assists.
Yeah, but he didn't score. He's a huge scorer.
Remember when the Hawks had depth like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Now the Hawks are just depth. That's all they are.
And to make things worse too, looking at them, I cannot get behind those reverse retros. I
don't mind them. They're fine. They're not like the best. I was gonna say the goodest. That's fucking
the goodest.
So
I
dumb.
think if they would have put the Indian logo on the front, it would have been a lot better. Do like the old school style, like
yeah. I don't know if they're gonna do that anymore.
I know it's stupid.
Let things cool down.
Stupid. So that was a very bad week of hockey. Like I don't really want to talk much about the games that happened because it's like repeat exactly copy paste what we talked about the week before and the week before that and the week before that and the week before that, and
it's really just try not to get shut out. That's kind of all it's been. I mean, like I said though, like they're getting shots, just like nothing's going in. I feel like they're not really getting many like follow-up chances. They outshot the Wild. They tied Vegas in shots. Fucking, I mean, let me pull up the Rangers game because I don't think the shots were really that far off in that game either. It's just they give up better chances than they get.
No, they outshot the Rangers.
They outshot the Rangers. And the other good thing too is they're fucking killing in the faceoff circle every game too. They're number 1 in the league in faceoff percentage.
I know, but
so, like, there are positives, but then they're just like they're also like hitting the shit out of everybody still. They're just not converting.
Yeah, it's funny too though. Like I see comments about it. People are like, the Chicago Blackhawks proving that faceoff percentage is a useless stat.
I mean, it's good to have possession, but like when you give it up,
you can't do anything. Yeah, they just can't do anything with it. Yeah,
like if you were to possess the puck after you fucking win the faceoff and do something with it, then yeah, it's great. But like
the good thing with that, like the positive out of that is you're adding more value to Dome, and Taves when it comes to trade value. Like listen, you need a guy that needs to win a big draw in a big situation.
Yeah.
Here you go. Like these guys can do it. They're proven to do it this year. They're top in the league. Like that's a positive, I guess. You're more reason to like, hey, get the hell out of Chicago.
Yeah. Hey, you need a guy. Third period, you're in your defensive zone, and you need that big face-off win, or you're in the offensive zone, you need that big face-off win. Guess what? We got guys.
We got guys that can do it.
But if you want to possess the puck after that, you better have those guys.
Yeah.
We got nobody there.
But another positive that is coming out of this spell of games, get hard for Bedard or get silly for Fantilli, are in full effect. The Blackhawks are officially dead last in the NHL.
Yes.
The Ducks somehow have won 2 games in a row in regulation.
They're streaking. We still have a better points percentage than them because we have fewer games played.
No, they have a better points percentage now.
Nope.
328. We have 300.
It's a regulation points percentage. I
What?
don't. That's what's on. I don't. For some reason, that's what's displayed on Hockey Reference. So I don't know why they go off of
I'm
that.
just looking. I'm just looking at NHL stats.
Yeah, that would make more sense. I don't know. I guess it doesn't. That doesn't really matter as much as the points percentage. Is like once the games are all played, then it's really who has the better record in regulation overtime wins. That's when I guess regulation points percentage really matters.
But it doesn't matter. That's only if it comes down to ties, though, right?
Yeah, that's only if it comes down to a tie.
Right. Okay. That's why I was confused. Like I thought it was just purely on points, but then I also saw some things like, oh, points percentage and all this, and I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, if you're, I mean, you're gonna go points percentage if you're tied in points currently because not everybody has the same amount of games played. You know, like, but at the end of the season, when everybody's got 82, then it's fucking points. Like
Yeah.
points percentage doesn't mean shit because it's like, yeah, we all have the same kind of shit going on.
Yeah. So the Hawks have 3 points behind Anaheim for the 31st spot in the league. The Hawks have 2 games in hand. I mean, we still got a shit ton of hockey to play here, so it's like you can't really like get excited, but like, hey, they're doing the right thing. They're on the right track. That's what matters here.
I didn't even realize this too, which is kind of funny. But after that Rangers win, we had cut off an 8-game losing streak, and we're already back at 7.
Oh yeah.
This is what it must feel like in Buffalo, like for the past 10 years. Like, fuck.
They're just really flirting with that 10 game, but I don't know if it's gonna happen.
I mean, it probably will.
Nah, not and maybe not this streak. The only thing that I'm worried about. So looking ahead real quick here, Nashville comes in on Wednesday, 13-13-4. And the one that I'm nervous about is Columbus. They're in on Friday. They're currently 10-19-2.
I bet that game is going to be fucking awesome.
Might be a good one.
Because they can't stop the puck. We can't stop the puck. It's going to be like a fucking 9-8 game.
Let's go.
14 shots for each team. 9-8 score.
Hopefully fucking Goudreau goes off finally in because I like fantasy talk here. The guy is fucking killing me this year.
Well, I mean, Liney's back. Wasn't he was hurt for a bit. I don't know when he got back though, but he's been doing a little something lately.
But yeah,
I guess
Columbus,
fuck, man.
Columbus is in town on Friday. They're currently in a 4-game losing streak. They are 4 points above the Hawks right now in the standings. And then on the following Tuesday, I believe, after Christmas, the 27th, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, 27th. Their Hawks are in Carolina, who are 19-6-6. So if we beat Columbus, we'll start another losing streak on that Tuesday.
Yeah, probably. Carolina. I mean, I honestly have not heard much about them this year because I think it's just been like New Jersey and Boston are kind of like the teams that everybody's looking at. But Carolina's tied with Jersey right now in points.
Yeah.
And they just won 9 out of their last 10. It's like Carolina's probably getting their shit together right now. Plus, what was it? Pacioretty's fucking skating now too. I don't know if he's playing.
Yeah, he's supposed to be back like I think mid-January or
so soon.
Yeah, he's gearing up. So this team's only gonna get better. New Jersey's kind of coming back down to earth.
The other thing with fucking sorry to interrupt, but
go ahead.
Because we're still on Carolina a bit.
Yeah.
Peter Kochetkov, that kid's killing it.
Yeah.
And he got a new deal. And geez, like fucking Freddie Anderson, I feel so bad for because like you're playing so well in Carolina. You're playing well in Toronto too, but like the injuries are kind of piling up.
Every time he gets something going, he gets hurt.
And then all of a sudden this kid's just like, I'll just take over. Like the one game earlier on in the season against the Hawks, and I think it was like his first game of the season and fucking shut out. And I was like, well, god damn it. And so
like what, 3 shots this year?
I think 2 or 3. Right now it's just looking at his cap friendly stats, he's got 14 games played with a 2.0 goals against average and a 923 save percentage. So if that's the goalie of the future for Carolina, like if you have him locked up at $2 million for the next 4 years, like how much more do you think that extends their window of like being able to compete for a championship? Like at least like the next like 2 seasons.
He does have 3 shutouts.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's fucking crazy.
And you talk about poor Freddie Anderson, poor Antti Ratna. Every time he thinks he's finally going to get the starting stop, and then some young kid comes and steals it from him.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't fucking hope they lose in the playoffs like he did when the Hawks were winning in 2015.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, right? Wait, yeah, man. Carolina's sneaky fucking coming up big, and so, jeez. Yeah, the Hawks are gonna probably get smoked that game, too. Every time in our group chats, I go, what are the chances that the Hawks are gonna get fucking smoked today? They let up at least 6 goals. Right? So maybe I just like keep predicting that, or if I like
you nailed it with Washington. You nailed it with Washington. You nailed it with New York.
Yep, and Boston.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, keep doing that. Maybe every game, just do it.
I mean, if you like should put like a message out on like Instagram or something, like a story, and be like, Tanner said, what are the chances this team wins tonight? So bet the over. Like, like what are the chances this team gets like smokes the fucking Hawks? And it's like,
you just do Tanner's betting corner, and then you just be like, say the days the Hawks are gonna get blown out, and then okay, there's your over.
Yeah, basically. Fucking I love the fact, so like I don't know if you have anything else from like these games or what's coming up, but we were mentioning beforehand, like they called up Isaac Phillips. And so when you look at the games ahead and it shows you like last 5 games played, like here's like the leading points getter, here's had the most goals, most assists. And Isaac Phillips is like has the best plus minus for the Hawks right now in the last 5 games because everyone's a fucking massive minus.
Is everybody finally a minus? Because I think Johnson was the only like
in the last 5 games.
Last 5 games. Okay.
Jake McCabe's a +2 on the season. He's the only plus player.
I don't understand that.
I don't know. Maybe
Johnson's a -1,
but Kainer's a -22.
Putting up Ovechkin numbers there.
Yeah, right. Going for the green jacket this year. I mean, Seth Jones is a -21, and maybe they'll be just trying to go for it, the two of them.
Let's see. I want to see what the plus minus ranking is right now for the gold jacket. Super early.
Gold jacket, green jacket.
Green jacket. Yeah, Patrick Kane.
Wow.
He's in the running right now. Number 1 at -22. Ryan O'Reilly -21. Torrey Krug 21. Seth Jones 21.
Wow.
And then Jake Batherson at -20.
I was gonna say, man, you think that there's no competitions between St. Louis and Chicago still? Fucking guess what?
Hawks in the top 10 for the running for the green jacket. The Hawks have 3 or 4 players.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Kane, Jones, Jack Johnson, and Kurashev.
Damn, I feel, man, watching Kurashev play, it's so frustrating because I feel like he gets so many chances and like just can't find the back of the net.
He's the new Kubalik.
Yeah. I mean, kind of.
Yeah, like
he scored in the Rangers game, but like I don't know how many times like whenever the Hawks get a chance and you hear like Kurashev, oh, it's like fuck.
There's always one Hawk that gets bitten, like snake bitten, and just cannot finish what they should have. So like he should probably be flirting with double-digit goals at this point.
Oh yeah. And it's frustrating because like you can see it too. And I'm worried that during the off season, because he only signed a 1-year deal, that like they'll just let him walk. And then it'll be like a Kubalik situation where he'll end up going to fucking Detroit. That's where all these types of players end up going. And then he'll have 20 goals in 30 games next year.
And he'll put up like 6 against the Hawks in the 2 games they played him.
Yeah. It would be like everything that he touches ends up going in when everything he touched here like can barely fucking hit the net. But I like Kurashev, and I think it's so funny that he's like the piece that we have left from the Ryan Hartman trade.
Oh yeah.
And it was just like a 4th rounder toss in because it was Hartman for the first rounder, which was Bowden, who's traded away, and what's that kid's Billy Polka, right?
Oh yeah,
No, was it Polka? No. It was fuck, what's his name? I can't remember. The guy, like, it was a guy that Bowman wanted forever, and then they finally got him, and he played like 3 games in the NHL.
Oh, we just got him for a 4th round pick. We didn't get him. It was we drafted him with the pick.
We drafted him with the pick.
Gotcha. Because I was looking for the trade on Cap Friendly. But,
oh no. Oh, fuck, what is that guy's name now?
I gotta go to Minnesota. And then where's Minnesota on the cap? Oh, yeah, they're way up there. Oh,
let's see. Trade history.
Why is it I can never find
Victor Edgesell?
Yeah,
that's the fucking guy. Billy Polka was the one for it's the Islanders. I forgot who we traded to them. Was that Nick Leddy?
Yeah,
was a Nick Leddy trade, I think. I don't know.
Okay, legit. Where?
What?
Did you find Minnesota? Oh, there they are.
No, I just searched Hartman.
I'm like looking for Minnesota, and I just don't see it. Okay, but all right, yeah, you're gonna beat me to it.
I guess what you like.
Oh my god!
Hawks.
Hold on, but put this for like another day for maybe this off season when there's nothing to talk about. Building the all-time wasted player, like a roster out of wasted players, like guys that had so much potential that just got ruined under, like, Stan Bowman's Blackhawks or got traded before they could actually have potential or anything like that. Like Boquist, Yokiharu, Polka.
Yokiharu, you even doing good?
I have no idea. But that's the type of player that he got traded, I think, too soon before we could really see what he could do. Because I think you could probably find a pretty good starting lineup in the NHL right now.
Oh, he's hurt.
Based on players that we just traded because Bowman's a fucking idiot.
Oh, Philip Deneau, easily.
Deneau, yeah.
Probably number 1 on that list. Even like Panarin. Like
Rinkett?
He had good seasons and still ended up putting up like at least 30 plus more points in a season in Rangers. Like Jesus. I mean, DeBrincat.
That would be interesting.
We don't know about DeBrincat yet. He's actually turning it up a bit now, but
shoving people on their ass in Detroit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those games coming up. Do you want to do 3 stars? Like, I legitimately don't know who you can even give 3 stars to.
Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane, all 3 stars, played 1,000 games together. That's about it. Because I mean, you could just go all the goal scorers. Or we could always 3rd star is Reese Johnson. We can't think of it because I fucking love Reese Johnson.
I'm gonna say Toews and Kane will get 1st and 2nd star. We'll just do like a combo one.
Yeah.
1st and 2nd. And then 3rd star, let's give it to Kurashev because, hey, he was in Snake Pit and he scored a goal.
Yeah. For just getting a lot of scoring chances.
All right. So yeah, a lot of the roster moves have been happening too. You already mentioned the Blackhawks called up Isaac Phillips, who's having a really good year in Rockford. 3 goals, 14 assists, and 17 points in 25 games. The reason he got called up is because Tenorti is going on the IR because he broke his face. He took a puck to the face against the Rangers.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I turned it on and they were cleaning up the ice and I was like, I don't know what happened. And they didn't fucking replay it because it was on ESPN and they were just like,
took a shot to the face. And this was like a couple days, I want to say, that he just got like 50 or 100 stitches for getting a stick to the face.
Yeah.
So he is just having a rough go with
That's really surprising for a guy so tall to get hit in the face twice, like pretty stick, like soon after each other.
The stick, I understand. The shot is that's interesting.
I mean,
gotta shoot a pretty fucking high to.
I've honestly enjoyed watching him play this year. Like what he's been when he's been on the ice, like he's been leading the team in hits, and it's like, yeah, man, I would fucking hate to be going into the offensive zone if that guy's going to meet you at the blue line or in the corner. Like, fuck that. And he's going to hit you. Like, he's huge, and he's going to hit you. Like,
it's nice having a physically big defenseman again. Like that. Yes. Like, we have big defensemen, but they're not physical. The They're just the new game of hockey is just all about skill and finesse and all that kind of stuff. And it's really rare to see guys throwing the body out there. Although I was kind of talking about this with another group of friends. What do you think about this? Do you feel like the game is kind of starting to see a better balance of flashy skill and grit? I feel like this season we're seeing a lot more big hits and
Yeah.
a lot more physical play than we have in the past couple seasons.
Well, I think it's gonna reach like a cyclical kind of point where you're gonna end up getting like big guys. Well, it went from being like a big guy like fucking beat you up league to like now speedy skill, where now it's kind of like you also if you have a guy that can have skill and also beat you up, like that's gonna be massive. Then it's I mean if you have a guy that can fucking score from anywhere, like that's going to be a thing. It just kind of I don't know rotates a bit. Like
Yeah.
teams are going to get smaller and skillful, and then they'll start to be teams that get bigger, and then those teams will follow suit, and then it'll be like a smaller thing again. It's just going to rotate over and over.
Just adapt to the Ovechkin style. Do
Yeah,
everything.
I mean, yeah. Fucking who did he body in the was it
Oh my
Toronto
God,
game?
Toronto. Yeah, just
Oh,
sent.
it's Connor Timmins. He sent him into the fucking
Oh
bench.
God, I fucking love Ovi.
It's 800 goals and he's putting guys over the boards. Are you fucking kidding me? Like that's crazy.
Like it's nothing too. Like that's what's
Yeah.
so fucking funny. Like he just made it look so easy. But yeah, it's interesting to see just like kind of how it just repeats itself and like it comes back around. And if there's a way to find it like that, like middle ground where it's like, the skill players can do their skill things, but the big guys can still hit smart and not be like the dirty shit. I think that would make hockey absolutely perfect again.
Yeah. Other injuries. Is Tyler Johnson still hurt now too?
Yes, he's still out. He re-injured that ankle.
Mhm.
I don't think he's played since is it Washington or Vegas game?
I
He
think it was
played, yeah,
Vegas.
he missed the
Maybe.
third period of the Vegas game. For some reason, whenever the Hawks get hurt, they just skip out in the third period.
It's
Uh,
yeah, I mean it says he was day to day on the 15th and that was the Thursday for the Vegas. So maybe he played that game, maybe he didn't.
yeah, oh yeah, no, it was.
He scored against Washington, so I don't know. Vlasic got injured in the AHL. I think it was he broke his fibula, like his right fibula.
Yeah,
They haven't. I don't know. Cat Friendly
6
has it
weeks.
listed as a foot, but I read fibula in an
Yeah,
article.
it's fibula. He
Um,
expected to be out. He was expected to make a full recovery within 6 weeks.
nice. I mean, it
Also,
sucks because like I think he was doing pretty well. He was second on the team in plus minus in Rockford.
yeah, and it's weird to say it, but it's kind of it's like all right, it sucks, but it's like hey, at least that's a reason to not drag him up and put him in the shit show up here. Like,
Oh yeah,
so hopefully now he'll just stay in Rockford for the rest of the season and just kind of rehab it and get better there.
yeah. I mean, don't rush. Don't rush.
Yeah, do
Please.
not rush anybody. Like that's under the age of 23,
Yeah,
and
23,
considered a
24.
prospect. Do not rush them. Positive injury news though.
Oh yeah.
Slovak is activated off the IR out of concussion protocol. He will be back in the lineup. Has not played since November 1st. And thankfully, because of this, Soderblom is being sent back down to Rockford. So now he can get his confidence back and win some hockey games.
Dominate.
God, throwing him into that, like it, I just thought of Anton Forsberg all over again. Like this goalie that had potential and gets thrown into a situation that he is not ready for
Yeah.
and just fucking destroys the confidence of that player.
Yeah, because what Forsberg was thrown in as supposed to be a backup for Crawford, and Crawford got hurt, didn't he?
Yeah, Crawford got hurt
He was
and
having injury issues, and
he
it's
had
just like, all
nobody.
right,
Yeah, they had
Forsberg
nobody
and
else.
like JF Berube, and they're just like,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
fucking go out there, bud.
So, and then just watching him play, he went 0-9-1 his last 10 games in Chicago. So,
Arvidsson
yeah,
or Arvid Soderblom, not Arvidsson.
Soderblom. Yeah, Soderblom. So went 0-9-1 his last 10 games in Chicago. So yeah, sending him down to Rockford where they're having success is going to be very good for him. And you know what?
That's gonna be good for that team.
Yeah. And you know what? He played great. He did a good job playing when he did. And a lot of the time, you can't really blame him for some of the goals he's let up because like you have
Yeah.
a team that's just not there to help him and support him and give him the defensive support he needs.
The stats that our goalies have doesn't like it doesn't really reflect how well they're playing. Because like their stats are shit. But
Yeah.
like every scoring chance that they have against them is like very, very quality. Like, I don't know, it's rough. They're not getting a ton of help. Um, they're getting basically like the Arizona Coyotes treatment for goalies.
But Arizona's doing better than us. So
That's because Vejmelka is fucking nasty. They
yeah.
always end up with like a goalie that's like, okay, this game I'm gonna make 50 saves, just score one goal.
Do you think they're sitting there and they're just like, God damn it, just stop. Like let in 2 more goals. Like just stop it. You know, you're fucking this up.
I don't think they'll ever get a first overall pick, so I don't think they care.
That's part of the arena agreement. They're gonna get the draft and they're gonna get a fixed lottery that year, so they win the first overall pick.
They'll still end up with second.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So a couple other little news things. Well, one cool thing we'll talk about real quick. I'll just mention Pat Foley and actually Nick Olchek are going to
Yeah.
be calling the Winter Classic for some radio station. I don't know if it's a Sirius XM channel. But yeah, they're gonna be in the booth together, which is gonna be kind of cool. Foley calling another game and doing it with kind of his former partner. You know, got Nick Olchek sounds exactly like Eddie O, so it's
You fucking yes, he does. There was times I was confused last year. I was like, oh, sounds like Eddie. Nope.
yeah. So
Like a slightly younger.
yeah, right.
It's
So
weird.
that'll be cool to check out. The Winter Class, if you don't know, is Boston and Pittsburgh in Boston at Fenway Park.
Yeah. Again.
So again, all right, some cool, interesting news. Now
Rumors.
it's rumors. It's hard. It's really hard to get into rumor talk right now because I still feel like it's too early. And it's like kind of you got to take everything with a grain of salt. But I feel like once the roster freeze is over after this holiday break, I forgot exactly when it's over. I kind of feel like that's gonna be the window that some of these are gonna start becoming more legit and more like more fact based rumors. Two that came out recently. One real quick is Lafferty has a lot of interest from the Oilers. So that, I mean, that makes sense, I guess, for the type of team that they need. They need to kind of replace the Evander Kane's like physical presence, I guess. I don't know, not his scoring ability. I don't know, but whatever.
I mean, he works hard. And I guess the Oilers want somebody that works hard.
He's a spark plug.
I don't even know. What do they need somebody that's like good on the penalty kill?
I don't know.
How
I
do you
feel
not?
like
I thought they just had Connor McDavid out there for 60 minutes. Like,
Draisaitl McDavid.
pretty much.
Edmonton's another one of those teams that it's like you don't hear anything about them this year.
You don't hear about them as a team. You
Right,
just hear
right.
about
Yeah.
McDavid and you hear about Draisaitl, and
Yeah,
that's about it.
fair. It's truly fair. Let's see their depth charts. Currently has, let's see, their top line: Draisaitl, McDavid, Hyman, Yanmark, Nugent Hopkins, Yamamoto, um, Bogle, Holloway, Pupu Jarvi.
You just giggle at your own joke.
I just because it's like I know, like I know I'm not gonna be able to pronounce his name. I'm gonna butcher it, so I'm just gonna make something up.
Jarvi.
Koskinen, Shore, and Ryan is their fourth line. So I mean,
I don't
honestly,
know. He's just a depth player, I would assume. But maybe somebody they're looking at to like fill in as a penalty killer that like I don't know, busts his ass and possibly gets better scoring chances.
would you take
Their team. Oh my god, this team though. Sorry, but their forward core, McDavid and Draisaitl, 64, 54 in points. Nugent Hopkins 38, Zach Hyman 34, and then it's 8 on the fourth line for Derek Ryan, 7 for Puljujärvi, 7 for Yamamoto. How do you what what the fuck? Like, how do you no one with more than 10 points on your forward? I mean, fucking the Hawks, but the Hawks suck.
Yeah.
Like,
This is a team that's supposed to be competitive.
Fuck? Yeah, dude. Like, Jesus Christ, what is happening? I can see why they want Lafferty because, like,
yeah,
maybe he gives them a better chance at somebody scoring, but he doesn't. What does he have? He doesn't really have that many points this year, but he works hard. Fuck.
it's pretty much. What do you think? When you do this, it's pretty much considered that Puljujärvi, or however you say his name, is
Yeah, he's
not
done.
coming back to Edmonton. Do you trade him for Lafferty one straight up?
I mean, I don't really give a shit about him. Like, if he has no value, really, like he plays on a team with Connor McDavid and still has less than 10 points. That's like the craziest thing to me. Like, Jason Dickinson has 10 points on the Hawks. Like, we have 6 forwards with at least 10 points. Like, sure, nobody in their fucking in the 30s, but we at least have 6 guys with at least 10 points. Edmonton Oilers only have like 4.
Yeah.
So what the fuck? That's so crazy.
Edmonton also just signed Stu Skinner to a extension, 3 years, 7.8 million.
Yeah, I'm upset that like Jack Campbell's not having a good season because I like Jack Campbell. I think he's one of the most likable guys in the entire league.
Oh yeah. I don't know. It's just I feel like Edmonton is where goalies go to die.
Well, they don't play defense apparently.
Yeah. But after the Lafferty rumor, another rumor came out, and it's kind of, I don't know if this is like some sort of strategy by Ottawa to try to get like another defenseman, another team to like lower their asking price for their guy or something like, but I don't know. But allegedly the Ottawa Senators have called Blackhawks regarding Seth Jones.
Yeah. Do it. Fucking pull the trigger. Do it.
Here is my question about that though. Is how much of his cap are you willing to eat?
2 million.
You think
make him a 7.5 player?
I still don't know if people will do that.
I don't see why not. You like, let's say they traded Nikita Zaitsev to the Hawks. He's making 4.5. You take on Zaitsev and eat 2 million, so they're getting just like 3 million more. On their roster, what is their projected cap space is like a little over 2. But all that shit changes like near the deadline.
Yeah,
because it's just like however much you have left towards the end of the season, which is another thing where like I think in the article that I don't know if you read it for the Seth Jones like rumors, but it was like also the Rangers their trade deadline cap space is about 7.5 million, which would facilitate a Kaner trade with cap like retained without a third team.
right, which is huge, which is gonna really increase the Hawks' value return.
Yeah, and that's a big reason why you're not going to see a lot of trades until closer to the deadline, because that's when they'll be able to maximize their cap space. So I don't know, because this does have long-term implications of cap space for them rather than just Kaner's like rest of the season for
Right.
Rangers. But you try and I don't know, like even like Hamonic maybe, I don't know, because you're looking for a right-handed defenseman. So maybe you don't move a right-handed defenseman as like a swap, but you're gonna probably want to give up some like cap space.
Like
To me, it would make sense as like just an easy upgrade from Nikita Zaitsev to Seth Jones.
like, don't get me wrong. I would love for them to be able to get off that contract off their books.
Oh yeah,
Get that space
at
back.
least the majority of it.
The only problem, like I get, like I'm like, I don't know, is just because how much cap they're gonna have to eat until 29, the end of the 29-30 season, which
Yeah.
is going to be well into when theoretically this team should be competitive.
Well, what do you think the value of that is, though? If you eat that much cap for 8 years or 7 years after this, like, does that turn one first into a first plus? Is it even worth a first at this point? I think so. I feel like GMs probably value him as for at least a first because he still is on the ice for like 25 plus minutes a night.
You ask any random hockey fan out there, Seth Jones is the worst fucking player in the NHL.
Oh yeah, that's what that's hockey fans.
I mean, I think, and I've been.
I also don't think Patrick Kane's worth a first either, too, which is fucking hilarious.
I still stand by it because we were pushing for Seth Jones all last year and all this. I stand by having Seth Jones on this team. I like Seth Jones.
I don't like Caleb Jones anymore, but I like Seth Jones.
Yeah, what I don't like about Seth Jones is the contract, and you can't even fault him on that. Like that's the stuff. Right. It's the same thing with the Seabrook situation. Like I love Siebes, hated that contract he signed, but again, you don't fault the player because what's he gonna say? Oh, well, you know what? By the time I hit this age, that's going to be way too much money. So why don't you dock it a little? Like, that's not going to happen. Yeah. Whatever's offered is going to be offered. The second Stan Bowman made that trade and made that contract signing, I knew this was going to fucking blow up in the Hawks' face.
Yeah.
And
it's
if they would have stuck with fucking rebuilding when they said they were going to rebuild,
they could have just got Seth Jones a year later
and still
without getting rid of Boqvist and without like giving up 2 first rounders. Like,
and still would have had our 2 first rounders. One would have been that who was it? That who's the guy that
Cole Sillinger?
Yeah, who's fucking great.
He would definitely be a good addition at center for like building towards the future.
And who did they draft with this, or was it this year's? No, last year's.
It was this year.
Well, this previous draft.
Yeah, this most recent one. We traded up to get the pick right behind the pick we should have had.
Yeah. Or was it?
It was like some defenseman, I think. I forgot.
Was it? Where are you?
Where are you?
Okay.
But yeah. You find it?
Trout Cole or David?
Let me find it.
Jiricek.
Oh, you're a chick. You're a chick. You're a chick.
Yeah, I think so.
Also, the fact that that pick was only what was it, top 2 protected? Oh, that's so dumb. Everybody does top 10 protection, but no.
Not Stan. Not Stan.
There was also a second tossed in there too. That's funny.
But it's like the difference. This team would be the future of this team if fucking Stan could stick to his fucking guns and stay to his word about we're not going to go all in. We're going to retool and rebuild this system. Like when he did that whole PR tour, and we're like, yeah, finally, we're buying into it. But we both said we're like, we'll believe it when we see it. And literally, that was not even 6 months later. Marc-Andre Fleury, Seth Jones, like
Tyler Johnson.
It's like, wow. I hate that he is still fucking in my head.
Yeah.
Like frustrating me about what he's did. And he's not even a part of this team anymore. He's fired. He's gone. Like,
yeah, there's things that we're just gonna have to live with for still a few more seasons before it's over.
And that's another thing too, is like all the fans that are like frustrated with this team. Well, guess what? You got to buckle up because the rebuild hasn't even started yet. We are still transition.
When I'm seeing like comments online of people being like, "Oh, like where's the build in this rebuild?" It's like, what do you? It's not gonna take half a fucking season to turn it around. Like, what the fuck? Like, the beginning of the rebuild is really this draft that's coming up.
Yeah,
like,
this is the first. Yeah, this first draft this next draft is gonna be the true start of the rebuild. This year, is all about fixing the mistakes that Stan made, getting first round picks back, clearing up cap space, just not even just first round picks in general, and trying to like get some value from their players to try to rebuild the prospect pool and all that kind of stuff. Then when we're hopefully calling Connor Bedard's name, that is when the rebuild starts, or Fantilli. Yeah. That should be the rebuild. That will be the start of the rebuild right there.
Yeah, that's where you want the team to start being a bit better. But like right now, like this is tear down still.
Yeah, it's like you got a problem with this hockey right now. Oh man, I got some bad news for you. Like,
yeah,
it hasn't even begun to be bad.
Well, the crazy thing to me too is like, if you the fans that don't want this kind of thing to happen, and it's like you should be competitive. It's like, okay, if we wanted to try and be competitive, then we're stuck outside the playoffs anyway without a good pick, and we're just going to be shit for next like 10 to 15 years.
Guess what?
Like, it's going to hurt.
guess how the last 15 year or whatever that dynasty era was. Blackhawks were really fucking bad. They got the 3rd overall pick one year. Jonathan Toews, the following year, they got the 1st overall pick. Patrick Kane.
They also had the 3rd round pick the year before, didn't they?
Cam Barker was that
3rd overall pick? Yeah, Cam Barker.
Oh, he turned into Nick Leddy, so that worked.
Cam Barker was not bad.
He
was not good for a long time. He was fine.
He was Kirby Dach. Like, he was, I think, oversold into the position that he got drafted in, and it just never was going to live up to it. Even if he was drafted like mid 1st round or late 1st round, his career would have been completely different because the expectations would have been nice and low. Like he was like positioned to be like the savior of the Blackhawks defense, being drafted 3rd overall. But the whole point is, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be brutal, but it has to happen in order to get this next young core solidified. Like, just think how exciting it's gonna be. Say it's Fantilli. We draft Fantilli, we let him go back to Michigan next year. So not only are we have a top 2, a franchise type of player in our system being drafted, we're also not going to have him on the team. So we'll have a really good shot at probably another top 3 pick the following year.
Yeah.
In the meantime, while we're playing bad hockey, he's tearing it up in Michigan with hopefully a healthy Frank Nazar, and they're getting chemistry and learning to play with each other. And they could come back to Chicago when the next year, maybe. I mean, 2 years, maybe. Whatever they decide to come back. And right there, you have a potential Kane Taves type of core right there for the forwards coming in. Then you have Borzinski, Del Mastro, Nolan Allen. Like, the defense core is just going to be fucking ridiculous. Like, there are so many good, but it's like,
who's the 4th one right now that's on Team Canada? Oh, fuck.
Oh, the forward.
Oh, is it a forward?
Yeah, the court forward is Colton Dach.
Oh, Colton Dach. Okay. That's just three defensemen. That's right. That's fine.
Which the projected lineup for the World Cup right now has each Blackhawk prospect on
the left side.
Yeah, it's like
they dominate the left side right now.
Yeah, but it's like you have to. We talk. I feel like we talk about this we preach this every single episode. It's like you have to think about the future, get excited about the future, and look at the possibilities. And it's, even if the Hawks fall to like the 3rd overall pick, that Russian kid, Michkov, by the time his deal's up with his Russian team, and we decide if he wants to come and he comes over, that's another time when the Hawks are going to hopefully be competitive again. So that's not the worst case scenario right there either.
I mean, that just even pushes back like our cap hits. Like, Kirill Kaprizov, he just got to the Wild 2-3 years ago.
Yeah,
at the age of like 24.
Yeah,
and he's tearing it up. He made, what was it? I saw a stat recently that he, fewest games to 200 points. He actually reached 200 points quicker than Connor McDavid. Granted, he's also started his career in the NHL at 24 versus 18. Yeah. But that's still fucking impressive that you have a guy that comes in and just immediately has that kind of an impact. And like, if the Hawks are going to be bad, they draft third and they get Mitchkov possibly, and he doesn't come to the show until he's like 22, 23. The Hawks aren't even trying to win until like he's around that age
Exactly.
anyway. If
Yeah.
he comes in and he's on a fucking ELC at that point, not making like multi-millions, like that's huge.
Yeah.
That's one of those times when like if your team is really young and really good and you still have all these guys on like entry level contracts and he comes in on that too, you go into the free agency and you can get a guy for a year or two that's like 28, 29 and in their prime and just also fucking contribute and like make a playoff push there. And like that's when you win games and that's where you get the experience for the young guys. And then it's like, fuck, man, we got the next like 10 years with these fucking guys that are like 19, 21 to 23. Like huge right there.
You're gonna know the scene's about to be competitive when you get the same like 08, 09 vibes.
Oh yeah.
Like that, and then you go and you get Hossa.
You lose in the conference final to Detroit.
it's like you finally see like, okay, this new core is ready to compete. Let's go get the pieces to make this happen. And that's when you get your Hossa. You get
I don't even know if we'll ever see like another Hossa. That's insane. He's so good.
He's fucking amazing. I miss him.
Yeah. Shed a tear.
Yeah, but I don't even know how we got there. But anyways, like trade Seth Jones. That's how we were talking about Seth Jones.
Yep.
Trade. But it's if they can do it where it doesn't fuck with the cap, I'm all for it. If it's gonna really fuck the cap over for as long as it's gonna have to, that's where I'm kind of like, you almost just have to eat the contract, I think.
Yeah, kind of. I'm sure. I mean, it gets easier to trade, like as years go on.
Right, because you can. Yeah, because
Yeah, exactly.
All right. You got anything else for Hawks?
Nah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, we'll go real quick through NHL talk here. I know it's coming up on a holiday, so probably don't want to listen to a long ass podcast anyways. So real quick, funny moment in the league. Makar last night waved off a penalty. Admitted to the ref that he just fell. He wasn't tripped. Luckily, the Avalanche were able to still win the game, but it's fucking hilarious that he did that. And he even said he went to the locker room, he apologized to the team. He goes, I've never felt so guilty in my life.
Yeah, right.
But he did have a funny comment. He goes, that probably did save that ref some social media bashing. So that was kind of funny. Vancouver.
I mean,
yeah. Vancouver
funny.
sounds like they are about to go into a full-blown rebuild. Saying everybody's available except Elias Pettersson, which blows my mind there too. That you're gonna try to rebuild. I mean, Pettersson's good, but he's getting up to the point where it's like he's not young anymore.
It's weird to me too because it's like you just signed JT Miller after like a bunch of offseason talk of like where is he gonna go? Like where would he be traded to? And then they finally like sign an extension for him. And Brock Besser's not having a great year, and then they can't get an extension in place for Bo Horvat. So they're like, everyone's available. We can't have them too. Fuck it.
Like I mentioned too, they said it would take a massive offer to move Quinn Hughes. But like I said before recording, I think fucking New Jersey should call him up and see what massive is and get all the Hughes brothers in the one team.
What if they're like, okay, we'll give you Quinn, but you have to give us Luke? It's like, fuck.
No, sorry, Quinn. You're gonna be stuck in Vancouver then. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see that's another one too. Like their whole ownership, like they need like new, I don't know if it's ownership or management or what, but they need a full on revamp there. Like they got the fans are chanting sell the team during games and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's getting ugly in Vancouver. A lot of injuries going on through the league. Blake Wheeler is out for a month after having groin surgery. Nate Schmidt is out 4 to 6 weeks. I forgot to write down what he's out for. Cam Atkinson, who hasn't played this year, is officially out for the season, having neck surgery. Luke Kunin from San Jose tore his ACL, so he's done for the season. And Boone Jenner from Columbus broke his thumb. He's out 4 weeks.
What fucking team is Nate Schmidt on?
Nate Schmidt is on Winnipeg.
Oh, okay. Says he's got a shoulder.
Shoulder. Okay. So that's gonna be interesting to see how
Oh,
Winnipeg.
it said he has a concussion too,
Jesus.
and a shoulder. Fucking
Um,
yikes,
it'll be
bud.
interesting to see how Winnipeg responds to that. I know they're kind of like I think they're dealing with a lot of issues at their on their defensive side. I don't know if it's injuries or just it's not on par. But then Blake Wheeler was having a pretty decent season. Now he's out for a month. It's gonna be curious to see if they're gonna be able this gonna be the test. Are they for real? Are they really this playoff competitive team, or is it just a flash in the pan type of thing? And if I'm numb, I'd be giving the Blackhawks a call and seeing if Taze would want to come home. Just me though.
You need some face-offs to be won.
Yeah, Taze also.
I guess
But
what
they're
we got the guy.
Winnipeg up the middle. If say they did pick up Taves, what is it? Shifley,
Yep,
then Pierre Dubois,
Dubois, and then Lowry.
Lowry. You move Taze to a third line role. Let
Yeah,
him
I guess so.
let him rest a little bit and get a full on less responsibility. You're able to really activate what Taze can do.
Yeah.
That might not be the worst idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last thing I have here is there's been some talks about the NHL expanding their schedule to an 84 game season, which would in turn make the preseason only 4 games.
Oh no.
So that would be interesting. I know it's just a cash grab at this point, but
Yeah, well, didn't they say they wanted some more inner conference rivalry
yeah, there
is
was
forming? Like
um
who like what do we get like a third Detroit game? Is that what it
no,
is?
so here there where was it? Sorry, I should have had this pulled up.
You're okay.
Um, where was it? There's a list of how it was broken down.
I remember seeing it. I
The
honestly just don't
division. So
remember.
okay, so what makes the most sense is the team should play inside the division. Teams, which gives you 32 games. Each division in the same conference twice, which gives you 16 games. Then they play every opponents of the other conference twice for a total of 32 games. This leaves 2 games left over, which can rotate against a rival team for a total of 82 games.
84. Right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. This I don't know why I'm reading this website because nothing they wrote is real.
Yeah, I just remember seeing it. I don't remember exactly what it was. Um,
there was there's so many hockey accounts now I follow that I don't know which one I read it on.
yeah, it's hard to find again.
Was it Puck Report maybe? This is a great podcasting, guys. Let's go.
Right?
NHL discussions.
I don't know.
Let's see really quick. Oh my god, did you
I'm
see
just
Hurdle suspended 2 games for fucking two-handing the guy across the throat?
yeah, why not, man? Oh shit, actually, because now I'm just like scrolling. I'm just fucking scrolling through. How about I don't know if you guys had seen this, but the Jordan Eberle goal against Winnipeg, where he's spinning backhand and he goes bar down.
Oh no.
Oh, look that up if you haven't seen it because it is so nasty. He just catches a pass in the lower left dot and then goes from forehand, just like carries it backhand, just continues like his spin with the puck and then just roofs it. It's insane.
Oh my god, I'm getting so frustrated not being able to find this.
Well, I guess it never happened then.
Never happened then. Oh, how about Kevin Hayes being healthy scratched?
Yeah. Now we're just finding things. We're trying to look for the other stuff. Yeah.
Oh my
Leading
god, this
point scorer for fucking Philly. And Torts is just like, nah, we don't want it.
NHL.feeds on Instagram, the picture they picked of Kevin Hayes when they were talking about him being health bombed, so fucking funny. Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, I don't
84
know.
games is potential. Like it's not for sure thing. They're talking about it, but I think it'd be cool. 2 extra games to watch.
Yeah. I mean, more hockey's more hockey. And I like that a lot.
I just wonder if that would no, that wouldn't really fuck with the playoffs at all. Just push it back. Not even push it back because
No, because it
was
shortens the preseason.
so. Okay, so yeah, unless you got anything else.
Nah.
All right, episode 206.
Sure.
Question mark. Did I do this again? Last episode or a couple episodes ago. We're on 203, like 5 episodes in a row. No, this is episode 205. I am one off again. So episode 205. What do you want to call it?
Officially in Loserville.
You know what's hilarious? I have dead last with 3 exclamation marks on the top of my paper, but I like officially Loserville. How about Loserville population Blackhawks?
Yeah, man. Either way. Oh.
All right.
I just really hope that we don't give up any more hat tricks for the rest of the month because I feel like we're giving away like I don't know Christmas presents to every fucking team.
Yeah, let's at least go through a couple games. Let's get through Christmas. After Christmas, we can give up a hat trick again. I'm saying the rest of the month is a little
not against St. Louis. Fuck that.
No, yeah, not against St. Louis. Fuck St. Louis. And I hope fucking Bennington. I hope we fucking destroy them. God, Bennington.
So great.
But all right. So yeah, episode 206. Officially Loserville. I don't know. Loserville, population blocks. I don't know. Whatever. I forgot what we were
one
saying.
of those.
I'll listen back to it again. Hope everybody that celebrates has a great Christmas and are able to enjoy a good holiday with friends and family. If you're in Chicago or Midwest, I hope you guys stay warm and avoid this. Don't have to go out in this crazy storm that's coming. It's going to be fucking nuts. Up to reporting like 19 inches of snow possibly by Saturday.
Oh, it's gonna be like 50 degrees here.
You dick. Yeah, it's gonna be 1 degree on Friday, 6 degree on Saturday, and 4 degree on Sunday. So
nice.
You're a dick.
51 on Christmas. So
all right. So make sure to follow us on social media at WCB Podcast. Listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, 5-star review on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. And yeah, we'll check in the next one.
All right. Love, boys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WCB Podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast. To connect with Jarom and Tanner, check out the boys at WCB Podcast on all social media. We'll see you next time.